Hi guys, it's Ala here. A lot of you messaged me to ask me what exactly happened to Milo. So this video will be about my dog Milo, who got actually paralyzed on Christmas Eve. If you're not into dogs or you're not into stories, don't watch this video. This is for those who wanted me to make this video. Milo's over here lying down right now. So I'll start from the very beginning. So me and my sister Inga, we went to Lancashire for Christmas to spend, just take a few days off, recharge, be in the nature and just kind of switch off really. And we have two amazing borrowers in London through a site called Borrow My Doggy. So if you don't know it, you can borrow anyone's dog and look after it. So we've built a really good relationship with two couples essentially, and Milo is staying with them, so we trust them fully. They've looked after Milo for the last 3 to 5 years. I don't even know, they've been for us for a while. So Brad, one of the guys who looks after him, he took Milo for 3 days or 4 days, don't remember now. Anyway, so we go to Lancashire, everything's fine, Milo's fine, there's no issues. And then I get a call. Well, Inga apparently got a call earlier while I was in the gym, and Brad said that Milo is panting really hard, like weirdly, like from not doing any exercises, just randomly started to pant a lot. So Inga said to him, go take him to the vet. By the time he came home, it was around lunchtime, and I'm eating my breakfast and I get a call from Brad, and I don't know why. I don't know if you can relate, but when you never get calls from people, like from certain people, and then you get a call from them, it's just immediately something is wrong. I don't know, so just because we usually chat on WhatsApp, and Brad's calling me and I'm like, oh my god, what happened, and it wasn't Brad on the phone, it was the vet, and he just started saying, like Milo's paralyzed, like it's so blurry right now because I can't actually remember exactly what he was saying. It's like I realized that my mind goes into this state of like shock when something's bad's happening, and I kind of just forget everything, like my mind's blurry, and I think that's my kind of way of dealing with things. It just goes into this kind of dissociation shock, and I'm just like not sure what's happening. And then obviously later, like in like an hour, like I start crying because it's all like hitting me, it's like a delayed reaction. It's really weird. So he was just saying a lot of things on the phone that, he lost the feeling in his legs. He needs surgery. I was like really just kind of confused about what exactly happened, and essentially basically nothing happened. There was no accidents. There was nothing. Milo didn't fall down. A lot of you said, did he fall down? Did he get into an accident? None of these things. It's later on that I found out. It's basically a disease called IVDD, which is like hereditary disc sort of, I'm not sure about the medical sort of senses. I might not be even saying it right. So if we have any vets here or people that have had dogs with this issue, they could probably comment below about what exactly that is, or just look online. But it's very common in short-legged dogs, especially bulldogs. We later found out that 30% of French bulldogs get this illness. It's basically just like a spine illness. It affects their discs, and what essentially happens, their discs then slip and then they press on their spinal cord, which then paralyzes their legs. Apparently it can also happen in their neck. There's different variations, and any disc can slip at any time basically. And I didn't understand the illness at that moment when he was talking to me. He didn't explain to me that this was stage 4. So every single dog has different stages of this illness. Stage 1 and 2 is when they just need to rest and they're just in pain, they need medications. Stage 3 is getting dangerous, they're starting to lose feeling in their legs. Stage 4 is when they're completely getting paralyzed, they don't have much feeling in their legs. And stage 5 is when they've completely lost feeling of their legs and they're paralyzed and there's not much you can do anymore. As I was obviously upset. I started talking to my friends. One of our best friends, Yasmin, she said to me, you know, and then I was just, you know, I said to the vet as well, I was like, you know, can we do the surgery? Like, how much is it gonna cost? We don't have insurance. A lot of people said, you know, why do we not have insurance? Well, not a lot, just wanted to. Also, I just don't understand why people even say these sort of things, you know, when you're so upset and insensitive. We did have insurance for Milo for about 2 years when he was little. That insurance kept going up every sort of 3 months, which was a bit unaffordable for us. So I think it was around £120, and he had not had any previous illnesses or anything. And when I did speak to the insurance, you know, every time we would take him to the vets and maybe he had like an eye infection, you know, something very simple that could be treated with antibiotics, they would say like, oh yeah, but that means he could have like an eye problem later, so your insurance just kept going up. And you know, it's a bit, I even asked if there's the limit, and they said no, so it could even be like, you know, £200-300 a month for French Bulldog for the area that I live in. And I did look at a lot of insurances, and this was the best one that has offered, you know, a lot of things and lifetime guarantee. After a while, me and Inga we just couldn't pay that much money a month, you know, for insurance. And we thought, okay, well, maybe, you know, if something does happen, which we never thought, you know, I guess that is maybe a mistake, but I don't really know what I would have done differently. It's I guess, you know, at the end of the day, I do take full responsibility. So we just didn't have it anymore. We didn't have insurance, and he's been a healthy dog for 5 years. We've never had any issues. So we just thought, you know, if we take care of him and, you know, we feed him really good, expensive food, he doesn't have any problems with his tummy, because they're prone to have, you know, problems with their stomach. Especially French Bulldogs, they have very sensitive stomachs. And, you know, we've dealt with so many things over the years, you know, making sure his coat is nice and shiny, you know, his bones are strong, like we get him chewies, like we really look after him properly, so he's like a, you know, full-on healthy dog. And that's why, yeah, we just didn't see, well, we couldn't really pay that much money a month. Anyway, so when the guy said that, you know, if you don't have insurance, the operation is from £4,000 to £6,000, you know, obviously immediately, you know, like anyone, I guess, you know, it's a lot of money. That's a huge sum of money, you know, like nobody has that money in their account. I mean, maybe people do, but like, so my friend just said, let's set up a GoFund account, see if anyone is willing to chip in, even, you know, £5, whatever. People can, you know, you see people are actually got, you know, good hearts, and they do care about you. You know, and she did it all the thing. Like I wasn't able to. I was just, you know, I was just a bit like phased out. I was crying, and I tried to like calm down and think what to do. The vet didn't also initiate that, you know, the time frame was really important, because apparently this illness, it can go from stage 1 to stage 5 within 24 to 48 hours. And he got this illness on Christmas Eve. In Latvia, we celebrate Christmas on 24th, and 25th, you know, everything's closed, like there's no trains, no buses. Anyway, it was just all a mess. Like we couldn't make that decision straight away because we didn't have the money. Obviously, as you guys know, we have reached our funding, because people were just absolutely out of this world, so generous. Everyone's donated however much they could, you know. I met some people maybe once or twice, and they were so generous with their donations. I haven't met some of them, and everyone just chipped in, started sharing the story to you know, save Milo, because we didn't want him to be paralyzed, you know, and the vet said that, you know, if they get paralyzed, they don't really have a good life anymore, and, you know, they'll have to take care of him fully because he would be like disabled. Yeah, and I think it took us 2 days to get the money. So we said, let's go ahead with the operation. I had to pay the deposit straight away of £1,500. But what has happening with the, like, for example, with any GoFundMe accounts, or any, I guess I've never used them before, they don't send you money straight away. I had to prove that I am who I am. I even had a call from them saying, you know, explaining what happened and this and that. So it was like properly verification. It's not so like, you know, whatever. And then yeah, and then so the money doesn't actually come into my bank until 2-3 days later. Anyway, it's just basically a lot of stress, and even then they also take a huge commission. So all of the donations that we've made, we had to give quite a chunk away to the platform, which is fine, I guess. I understand that's how every business works. But I have done so many videos, and I will share and put like little clips in between when I'm talking. I am so grateful, and me and Inga are really grateful, because honestly we wouldn't be able to have this operation and do an MRI scan on him so quickly until probably would have been too late without all of you guys who have helped and chipped in. Of course, there's lots of other expenses. We had to get him different beds, the things like pee pads, all of the stuff. Basically, we've just ordered a trolley as well, and the operation actually, the total cost was £6,100. So yeah, we obviously we have some savings as well, so we've covered, but it was massive help. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So this really, I don't know how to explain this. I knew there are kind people in the world, but I just realized the power of kindness and the power of support from all of you that is so strong. And it just feels very amazing to have that support network, to have these kind of friends who that you can rely on. Like something like this tragically happens, that you have people who will be there for you and help you out. So honestly, I'm still a bit, I'm so grateful. You definitely saved Milo, little baby. He's sleeping over here. I'll show you in a bit. And so we went ahead for operation. I think about 3 days later, he did well. We weren't even there, so we had to organize a car for Brad, because there's nobody drives and there's no transport. Plus, as you know, it's COVID, and literally it's like the worst time. They got him to the hospital, they did an MRI scan, they called me straight away. They've explained everything to me, and they said he needs surgery. If we do surgery right now, he has about 60 or 70% of chance of walking again. If we don't do the surgery, it's about 20%. So obviously we decided to go with the surgery because that was decided anyway. So he had the surgery, we weren't able to see him. They called us saying the surgery went fine, but unfortunately he still doesn't have any feelings in his legs. He's not peeing, and these are not great, obviously, signs, which means he doesn't have control of his bladder. So fast forwarding a couple of days, we went to see him. I will share little clips now as well. He was very drugged up, so he didn't recognize me and Inga, and it was actually really heartbreaking to see him. So we got Milo some chicken, his toy, my shirt that I sleep in, 2 shirts, Inga's shirt, and a little cute bear that actually was a present. Oh, and a little Chewy. Yeah, so hopefully he's gonna feel happy. Guys, here's Milo. Poor baby. Oh, this is actually heartbreaking. I can't watch this. He's been like shaven off and stuff. He had his operation there. He doesn't seem like himself. It's okay, my baby, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's managed to fall asleep in Inga's arms. Poor baby. Managed to lie down. His paw looks... They shaved both of his paws. It's okay. It's okay, my sweetheart. It's me. It's mommy. He just wasn't himself. He was covered in like scars, and like he had a drip, and there was just redness everywhere. He obviously was shaved off with a scar on his spine. Yeah, it's very like upsetting thing to see, I guess, as a dog owner, because they're such a big part of your family. I mean, Milo's a huge part of my you know, my blog even, he appears in so many videos from when he was a little puppy. Yeah, it's really hard. He didn't eat anything. We got him his favorite food, you know, some chicken and cheese and toys, and I brought my t-shirt so he can smell like us. But yeah, it was really sad. Then we wanted to take him home straight away, but they didn't let us. They thought he also, because he was in such a stress, he started to move his bum or bottom, or I don't know, the way they explained it, you know, he was really stressed, like on the highest level of stress. I think it's probably a combination of everything, you know. He's alone in some hospital, you know, he lost the feeling of his legs. He's probably in pain from the operation and all the meds. You know, I can just imagine if you were a human and this happened to you and you just wake up and you don't know anyone and there's, you know, no family or whatever. So he started like moving his bum around all the time, causing him more injuries. So he caused injuries on his paws, on his bum, on his tail, and basically that was all sore. And then he had diarrhea from all the meds, and it was all like swollen, and just he was in a lot of pain and discomfort. Obviously they did a lot, you know, to make him feel comfortable. So we didn't actually have him back. He was in the hospital for about 7 or 8 days after that. Yeah, we picked him up on Monday. Today is Friday, so we've had him for now 4 days, and it's been very challenging. It's really good to have him back. He's definitely a lot calmer. He recognized us, which was good. He's eating more or less, like in the morning sometimes he doesn't, but then he eats. It's like just depends on the day, but it requires a lot of work at the minute. You know, I'm glad I have, you know, my sister to help out. We're a really good team, and you know, we kind of just, you know, we don't even like sort of split the tasks. We just help each other out when we need to, and he needs walking like 3 times a day. They were trying to teach us how to extract pee from a dog, because it's really dangerous if he doesn't pee. He started to pee himself, but we're just not sure if it's enough yet, so we're gonna go see vet next week. Picked Milo up, set up this little crates for him. His little scar here. Hey, we've cleaned him up and washed his face. I put a little bit of coconut oil on his little nose because it was so dry, but he's still got like a lot of like little scars here and then there, everywhere. It's still like really sore, but he's doing better. Tucked him in, walked him today, fed him. He ate half of his food. Now just covering so he's warm. Yeah. But yeah, he basically, we need to hold him like for water, for food. We're trying to train him back up so he can start eating. He's not comfortable in certain positions every time, so he moves, and it's been a challenging experience. We have to carry him downstairs, you know. We live on a high floor, so it's not something like we can just, you know, go to the garden. Oh, hey. Hi. So just to show you progress, I'm not holding him now. He's actually doing better, but he can't stand for long, and then he starts to lose control of his feet. It kind of starts to fall on one side. Okay, then we can lift him up and help him. We need to put the paws like this. Okay, you done? Oh. Okay. We have a king today. He's only eating from my hands today. I'm not sure why, but at least he's eating. We ordered a trolley, so we hope that will be a bit easier now to transport him. Here was our stroller that came. Inga's trying to do this. It looks pretty decent and quite big. So I think it'll be easy for him. Means we can maybe go for longer walks. Hey, buddy. Basically, it's really hard. He's disabled at the minute. His leggies don't work. Some days his legs are a bit stronger, so we feel like maybe he's making a small progress. But then, like yesterday, I don't know what happened, but he's just not working his legs at all. And you know, obviously he has accidents. I already been pooped on and peed on every day, and you know, I thought it'd be more disgusting than it is, I guess, because it's your dog. It is a bit gross, but you just don't care because you just want to look after them. I just want to say, you know, I admire everyone who has maybe a disabled dog or a child. I can't imagine what it must be like for you, because we've only been doing this for 4 days and it's really, really hard. It's emotionally hard, it's physically hard. You know, obviously we're worried that he's never going to regain his strength. We really want him to, because you know, we don't want him to be paralyzed. We did everything we can and everyone's helped, and I feel like he needs to, you know, get through this and needs to be strong. We've had him in a bed on the floor, in his usual bed, but it seems like he's not comfortable there. So now we have him, I'll show you, we have him now on this bed because he's able to like stretch his legs, and it seems that he's a lot more comfortable here. You see he's like sleeping a lot more and just chilling. Little baby. And we got this little crate where we put him at night, so it's like a mini bed. We've got like pee pads and towels in there so that hey, look how he's so sleepy. Yeah, so it's just been adjusting to this new kind of way and of living, because obviously this requires a lot of time right now, and we both work full-time, and it's just been hard. But I'm not complaining, I'm just sharing you know, real life and real experiences. Yeah, so that's really what has happened. I didn't know about this illness before it obviously happened to my dog. I guess like with any illness, you don't really know much about them until it happens. You know, and then sometimes, you know, I was thinking and lying at night thinking maybe I've done, you know, something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have let him jump on the couch. You know, your mind does wander and you start to go into like this blame mentality, which I'm trying not to, but it's really hard because I feel like maybe I should have protected him more or done something more. But you know, it is what it is now. You know, we're trying our best to look after him and, you know, massaging him. We're doing his physio 3-4 times a day. He doesn't really like it. We're giving him lots of medication, also doesn't really like it. A little tip, I usually put like all the medication into peanut butter into a small bowl, and then he just swallows that because he loves peanut butter. And that way, you know, he'll eat the medication, because they just obviously don't want to eat the medication. It's like, you know, it's like babies and humans, they don't want to eat awful, horrible pills and all these syrups and things like that. So but yeah, overall, it's, you know, it didn't feel like it was, you know, a holiday for me at all. Obviously, it's all happened on Christmas, and I tried my best to stay positive, but it was really hard, you know. It's been hard last 2 weeks emotionally. I do feel a bit tired, but at the same time, I'm feeling, you know, relieved that he's now at home and he's with me and my sister. So yeah, and I just want to thank everybody for the supportive messages, and I still get messages asking people how's Milo. So I thought, you know, this video vlog is maybe a bit too long, but it's for those who really cared and messaged me so much and helped out. So hopefully this was, you know, helpful. And if you do have French Bulldog, or if you have any other short-legged doggies, I guess, like, from what I understand, you can't really protect them from this illness, but you can do things like, you know, not letting them jump on your bed or your sofa, or have like little ramps. Oh, look at him stretching now. And just not walking on the stairs and things like that. Obviously we didn't know, so, but like I said, apparently it can just happen anytime. Here is the bill that just came from Fitzpatrick's. So I'm gonna just open that up and get a shock. Hopefully not. Yeah, you little pooch. Are you comfortable like this? You okay? I'm gonna show you. So this is the bill. This is when I paid the deposit. So this was 6,147, and then this is the second bill. Another 400. This is crazy. I love your comments, and you know, if you have a dog or you've had this illness, you know, I'm in a special group where there are some successful stories and there are some tragical stories. So let me know, you know, if you enjoyed the story, and thanks again for everybody, you know, for all your help and support. It really, really honestly means so much to me, and I just love you guys. I really, really love you so much. I feel like you're my family, and everyone was just so supportive and kind. And, you know, I really believe in you get what you give, and it all comes back to you, you know, kindness. And I hope that's because I also attract people that are similar to me and are like-minded. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. So thank you. And he's just gonna rest now. Bye.